Hello. Welcome. All right, I have so many screens up right now, so I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but let me know that you can see and hear me okay. I'm using one camera, and then when it comes time for the meditation, I'll switch, but I want to make sure I'm seeing the chat. Hello, Scott's here, my collaborative partner, which we're so excited to premiere our track together. Hello, David. Hello, Anthony. Anthony just made a grammatical error. And I am really hoping that my internet is going to cooperate to some extent, because I'm using a hotspot that I have never used before for streaming. So we will see. Hello, Mel. Hello, Joe. Anthony, are you going to correct your grammatical error? I do not tolerate grammatical error. All right, no, not really. All right, good. Looks like everything is up and running. Oh, you did correct it? I did not get that chat. Does that mean I'm not getting some people's chats? If I don't get your chat and respond, I apologize. Or maybe we'll just have so many chats that I won't be able to keep up with all of them. That would be amazing. So yes, please say hi if you're here. I'm going to be periodically checking the chat. And I am looking for... Oh my goodness. Okay. I swear, you should see my computer right now. All right, so we have... Did you... Okay, now you're just retracting your messages, Anthony. Okay. Aw, thanks, David. Thanks for being here. All right, so we're going to get started in just a little bit. I gave us some extra time because usually when I do this live stream as the opening act to a premiere, I usually run out of time and then everybody's rushed, and that is the exact opposite feeling that we want when we're meditating and we're about to listen to a soundscape. So I gave us, instead of an hour, I gave us an hour and 15 minutes, and then the premiere starts at 7:45. So we have plenty of time to do the housekeeping portion of the live stream, which there's a lot to cover, because I just did an entire, basically, brand and website overhaul. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what to expect from the meditation this evening. And then we're going to do the meditation, and then once the live stream is over, you will be automatically redirected to the premiere of Thunder Moon, which is my new track with Scott, and we're very excited about it. If for whatever reason you don't get automatically redirected, it seems to work pretty good, but if not, just go onto my channel and you'll see it as the premiere, and you can just click it. But Scott and I have been gradually working on tracks that symbolize and represent all of the full moons. So when we can, we try to do a live premiere of our latest track. So this time we are celebrating the full moon of July, which is going to be rising early tomorrow morning. I believe it's around like 6 something Eastern time. So it's going to be an early rise. So hopefully we'll harness some good energy this evening, and we will bring that energy into our night tonight. David's on Central Time. Yeah, so I think the full moon's going to rise like 5 something Central. But yeah, and in case all of you are wondering where I'm coming from today, I am in Pennsylvania. So I am on Eastern Time right now. Yes. Okay, so I was going to say something and now I can't remember what. But, oh, we were just talking about the, yes, our full moon premieres. So this full moon in July is typically called the buck moon, but we sometimes use alternative nicknames. So we are doing a soundscape for the thunder moon, which is quite fitting for many of us because, especially those of us in the US, we have been dealing with some tumultuous weather lately. So it's funny coming on doing this live stream. This live stream's really about stress relief, but through the storm, the title of this live stream can really be anything, including stressful weather events, of which I have had to deal with quite a few. So this year has been very stressful for me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to joining with you all to bring some calm atmosphere to our evening tonight. All right, I think I will switch to my other camera. All right. So that way you can see my meditation chime. This is my new meditation chime and it is debuting this evening and I am so excited to finally use it. I did an unboxing video on my Facebook, but otherwise I have not really used it at all. And it is so cool. It's made by Wind River Chimes, and they are based in Virginia. And they make wind chimes, all different kinds, but they are some of the purest, accurately tuned wind chimes I have ever heard in my life. So this is a meditation chime that they make with the tube of their wind chimes. This is the 50-inch wind chime. And they basically suspend the tube so it has amazing resonance, and they give you a little mallet to strike it with. And I will do a demonstration of it now. The resonance lasts forever. I call it a grounding meditation chime just to kind of keep the simplicity of it, but it really resonates at the A above middle C, 440 hertz. Which is really nice. You'll probably feel it in maybe your third eye area, neck, jaw, kind of up this way. But it's still grounding in the sense that it's so pure and it has that long-lasting resonance. So it really does help you to ground into your surroundings and ground inward. So this is what it sounds like. I hope it sounds okay through the speakers. I heard some bit of vibration that I didn't expect or hear when I was practicing it with my setup, but that is the chime that I will be integrating into the meditations. Pretty cool. So let's talk a little bit about this overhaul of all the things, because this past month and a half, I have redesigned my website. I have changed a bunch of my offerings. I, as most of you know, was offering weekly harpscapes, which were 5-minute harp and nature videos. And it got to the point where I was 210 harpscapes in almost. And I started thinking, I really can't offer anymore because every benefit you could ever want from those videos was already out. And I was starting to feel a little bit of burnout, and I really wanted to focus on other offerings that had kind of taken a back seat. So I stopped releasing new harpscapes, and one of the things I decided to do was go back to YouTube. I'm planning on releasing a couple longer format videos for background music. That seems to be the thing that most people want, but I also usually get a decent amount of views with the live streams, and I like connecting with you all live because this is sort of my virtual way of bringing therapeutic music to the community, where at least we can have the chat going and we can all feel the calming energy shifts together. So I do like doing the live streams. Sometimes I'll have my harp, sometimes I'll have different sound healing equipment. Sometimes there are meditations, sometimes it will just be harp music. Today I decided to not use the harp because whenever I'm premiering a track afterwards, I don't want the harp music to interfere with the sound of that music. So I'm going to let the soundscape that Scott and I created be the bulk of the music for this evening. But that's why I'm using my meditation chime. So, in this whole overhaul situation, I have begun offering just some free digital products as well as paid digital products, but free products for people who sign up for my mailing list. This is just a little bit of incentive to get on the mailing list. This is where you can receive all kinds of announcements of live streams, announcements of new products. When I do in-person events, I will send out announcements for those. You will also receive a monthly newsletter that goes out to all subscribers, just kind of recapping the previous month and announcing a few things that are coming up. And I have an email list dedicated to my holiday offerings, including my Christmas Advent calendar, which has been pretty popular the years that I've done it. And then for musicians, I also have announcements on educational courses that I put out, which is kind of when I'm not creating music, I am creating educational courses. That is my other platform. So I got all that set up, so excited about it. And I want to thank everybody who's already on the mailing list for dealing with the migration of everything, because it was not easy, but it seems to be working okay. So with that, I do have, let me see if I can get it. I do have my sign up QR code, or you can just type in the link. I also pinned the link to the top of the chat, and I believe it's in the description below. But if you are not yet signed up for Harp and Wellness announcements, etc., then you can just go on. And the free product that I'm offering right now is a morning alarm meditation. It is a 5-minute meditation, spoken meditation set to harp music and bird sounds, and you can download it to your phone and you can use it as a digital alarm. I give instructions on how to do that, or you can just use it as a regular morning meditation. So if you sign up, you get immediate access to this free product. And I will be rotating free products. I don't really have any set time for how long a product is going to be up, but I do plan on rotating them fairly frequently. I don't want to tie myself to it because I do have to create some of these products. But when I go live, I'll announce if there's a new product. If you're already signed up for my mailing list, you will have the option to get all of the free products. So don't think that you're signing up for this one and this is the only one you're going to get. You will get all of them. All right. And then we have my donations. Let me move this over here. So I'm going to try to create content and go live more on YouTube. I cannot do that unless I get the funding to do it, because this is not the thing that gives me good income. For most people on YouTube, that is the case unless you're really big. So I get hardly anything through monetization. So if you like the content that I'm putting out on YouTube, if you like these live streams and you would like to contribute, I have all of the ways to do that. You can super chat during the live stream, or you can donate through my PayPal or my creator fund, which I also have a QR code for. And this really is just to fund these. I don't take the extra money and do anything with it except put it right back into content creation. So I want to try to get this positive feedback loop going where we can really see each other on YouTube more, and I can do that with these live streams. I can do it with premieres, and I can do it with just pre-recorded videos. So that's the deal with that, and it's basically just my way of keeping it free and open to the public as much as possible, where if you do have it in your budget and you want to contribute, that makes it free for everyone who can't afford to buy the digital products or purchase the services. So, and that's also why offer the free products because I always want to give back and I always want to make sure that musical self-care is available to the community. All right, that is that is my housekeeping. I think I have my notes. That's everything I wanted to say. I think. Okay. So, I'll leave those up for another minute or so, but let's talk about what we're doing with this meditation today. So we are going to be focusing on vagus nerve stimulation, and I will read about what the vagus nerve is. And then, like I said, afterwards you will be directed to the premiere of Thunder Moon, which is my latest ambient track with Scott Lawlor. Scott is in the chat, so feel free to talk to him as well. And Through the Storm is the title of this live stream. And like I said, it can be interpreted in any way. It can actually be if you've been through a stressful weather event recently. Tornadoes are still happening. Hurricanes are now happening. It hasn't been easy. So anything like that, you might want to work on bringing positive energy and stress relief from that incident, or just anything that is stressful in your life, anything that you feel is wreaking havoc on your mind and your body. You can set an intention tonight to harness some positivity, uplift, calm. And if you would like to share your intention with us in the chat, then feel free. Some people like to keep it private, but if there's anything that you are seeking tonight, you can put it in the chat. So you might just write calm, peace, stress relief, relaxation, anything like that. Write it in the chat if you are open to doing that. Or if you want to write about something stressful that's been going on, feel free to share that with us too. Thank you so much for the super chat, Joe. My number one fan. I think you are my number one fan. Maybe I have a few people that are tied for first place. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the vagus nerve, because there are a lot of meditations and meditation music videos out there that are talking about the vagus nerve. And with the videos that are out there, a lot of them don't really say what that is or what stimulating it does. So we're going to talk about that, so that way you have an idea of what we're actually doing in this meditation. Okay, so about the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve runs from the brainstem to the large intestine, passing through many vital organs. It splits into two nerves, and this is the longest cranial nerve in the body. So it splits right at the brainstem, and it runs on the right side and the left side of the neck before joining up again at the esophagus, and then it continues down into the digestive system. Beyond that, there are a lot of branches that branch off of the vagus nerve, but this nerve being so large and obviously connecting to so many areas of the body, it really is it's a very important part of our system. And what it does is it aids the parasympathetic nervous system. So that is the rest and digest part of our nervous system. And as we know, rest and digest is our time to relax, achieve some sort of balance or homeostasis. And it really is the relaxation, when we can get our bodies to relax, that provides optimal functioning of our bodies. So this is an important nerve running through our bodies. It goes through the heart, so stimulating the vagus nerve can also help to lower heart rate. It can lower blood pressure. It can aid the immune system. It can aid digestion. And the FDA has approved vagus nerve stimulation in treatment of depression. they are investigating many other treatments that vagus nerve stimulation could be for a ton of other ailments. So, of course, we're going to be mostly focusing on using vagus nerve stimulation in a way that's going to relax us, in a way that's going to bring us a little bit of tension release in our bodies, and hopefully really engage that parasympathetic nervous system. Now I'm reading things because I didn't know I had that much memorized. I had it written down in case I needed to refer to my notes, but I pretty much just said everything off the top of my head. Nice. Okay. Good. Fantastic. All right. Just gonna drop that page over there. I don't think I need it anymore. All right. So this meditation it's a little more like meditative exercises than just, oh, I saw something. It's celebrating my 5th super chat. Thanks. Yay. Thanks, YouTube. All right. So this meditation is more like a series of meditative exercises that are very simple to do, and you can do them basically at any time. You can adjust them so that they make sense for you, and hopefully they will leave you feeling more relaxed in your mind and your body. So we are going to do 3 exercises. The first one is a breathing exercise. The second one is a vocalization exercise, and the third one is a self-soothing touch exercise. And then at the end of each exercise, I will be incorporating my meditation chime, and this will kind of be the indicator that each exercise is coming to an end to help you reorient back into your environment. All right, sound good? I'm going to take these down. So, as always with these meditations, there's no need to type in the chat. If you would like to share anything that's happening in the chat, feel free. But this is your time to just sit back, relax, find some comfort. And with that, before we get started, just make sure that you are in a comfortable place. Your environment is set up for relaxation. And I recommend that if it's comfortable for you to sit in an upright position, making sure that your spine is straight and that your back isn't stiff, so comfortably straight. This will help you engage in deep breathing. But if you feel better lying down or sitting in some other way, that's perfectly fine. Everything that I say is just guidance. All right. So, exercise number 1, we're going to engage in some diaphragmatic breathing. So your diaphragm is the muscle that connects your chest cavity to your abdominal cavity, and it's basically the muscle that causes your stomach to expand when you breathe in and retract when you are breathing out. So we're going to focus on our diaphragm and our stomach and try to gradually increase our breathing. You never want to engage in deep breathing when your body isn't ready. So before we do that, we're just going to take a second to notice our breath. And if that means closing your eyes, feel free to do that. And just notice your inhale and your exhale. It doesn't matter if it's shallow or deep right now. It doesn't matter if it's fast or slow, choppy or smooth. Just notice what it feels like. And you can choose if you want to breathe in through your nose or breathe in through your mouth. Breathe out through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. Whatever's comfortable right now. This is your meditation time. And then once you've settled a little bit, you'll probably notice that your breath is starting to deepen a little bit on its own, naturally. So when it's comfortable for you, and don't rush this, don't force anything, see if you can just deepen that breath a little bit more. And it might help if you take one or both hands and just place them on your stomach. See if you can feel the expansion on your inhale and the contraction on your exhale. And just focus on gradually adding just a second or two to that inhale with each breath, and a second or two added to the exhale. Being patient with yourself, being patient with your breath. Maybe testing a few things out, like inhaling with your nose first, and then on the next breath, inhaling through your mouth. Exhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Maybe you'll feel like you need to yawn. That happens to me all the time. When I'm instructed to take a deep breath, my body always wants to yawn. And that's because it wants extra oxygen. So if you feel like you need to yawn, yawn. If you feel like you need to sigh, sigh. And notice if this deep breathing is helping any other part of your body relax. See if you can feel that breath coursing through your body. Maybe you feel it in your lungs, in your chest. Maybe you feel that extra oxygen going to your head, going to other places in your body. And if your mind starts to wander, just notice that it happened and gently guide your attention back to your inhale and your exhale. I'll let you continue this exercise for a few moments in silence. And when it's time to finish the exercise, you will hear 2 strikes of the meditation chime. The first one will be your indicator to resume a normal breath, lessen your focus on it a little bit. And then the second chime will be your indication to open your eyes and come back to the present environment. So just take a few minutes on your own to to focus on this deep breathing. Return to your normal breath. And if your hands are placed on your abdomen, gently lower them back down to your sides or your lap. And if your eyes are closed, open them and gently guide your focus back to your present environment. So that was the deep breathing exercise, and what deep breathing can do in terms of stimulating the vagus nerve is that it can help lower your heart rate, lower your blood pressure. Obviously, we talked about bringing oxygen to the brain, which is really nice because the brain is where the vagus nerve begins. And it's such a simple exercise that you can do anywhere, anytime. But just make sure that it's in this succession of noticing your breath, not forcing it in any way, and then allowing that calmness to naturally deepen your breath and then gently guide it to a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. Okay, are we ready for the second exercise? This is actually going to be kind of a continuation of the deep breathing, but we are going to engage our vocal cords and we're going to do some vocalizations on our exhale. And what this can do is give a massage, if you will, to the vagus nerves, because we will be creating our own vibrations in our mouth. And our mouth, of course, is so close to the brainstem where our vagus nerve begins. It can resonate through our throat, which is in our neck, which is where the vagal nerves split. And so being able to to integrate our own vibrations is very similar to the things that I might do with sound healing or with therapeutic music, but you can do it for yourself, which is really cool. And I know that vocalizing isn't for everybody, but if you are comfortable doing it, of course, unless somebody's in the room with you, no one's going to hear you through whatever device you're listening on. I'm really the only one that people are going to hear. So you don't need to feel self-conscious, but if you are, then feel free to just continue with your deep breathing. You don't need to vocalize. But if you would like to try vocalizing, we are going to be resuming a deeper breath, of course, gradually guiding ourselves to that deep breath again. And on the exhale, you can either hum or maybe sing out or speak out a syllable like an ah or an o. If you have any syllables that you like to chant, like om, you can do that as well. It doesn't have to be loud, just enough to get the vibrations going in your mouth and your throat area. Personally, I like to hum because this allows me to feel more vibrations, but it might be different with you. So, we're going to get back to our Zen place. That might mean closing your eyes. It might mean putting your hands back on your abdomen, whatever's comfortable. And we're going to go back to noticing our breath. Because we just worked on our breath, it's probably going to be a little bit naturally smoother or deeper. But if it's not, that's okay too. Just meet your breath where it is. And notice the inhale, the exhale. Notice your belly expanding on the inhale and retracting on the exhale. And as you gradually deepen this breath, notice the engagement with the belly, with the diaphragm, but also try to keep your shoulders low. Don't scrunch them up and don't try to puff out your chest when you're breathing in, because this makes for shallower breathing and it can send signals to our brain that we are in more of a tense mode. But if we focus on keeping our shoulders low and relaxed, keeping our chest from puffing out like that, and we just let the diaphragm work its magic, that can help engage the parasympathetic nervous system and help give our bodies that signal that we are resting. And once you feel like you're at a comfortable level of depth with the breath, then on your exhale, you can try vocalizing. And as you're making your chosen vocalization, start to notice where you're feeling these vibrations. Maybe you feel them in your lips, your mouth, your cheeks, your throat, the back of your neck, the sides of your neck. And all of these areas are so good because we are allowing the vibrations to massage this area where our vagal nerves are splitting at the back of our neck and coming down the sides. So see if you can direct your vocalization to this area. If you want to feel it more in your neck, maybe you change your syllable, maybe you change your pitch. And you don't need to have any vocal prowess doing this. This is just for you. So I've noticed when I hum at a higher pitch, I'm feeling it more in my nose, getting a little bit of a tickle, a little bit more the top of my mouth. But when I hum at a lower pitch, I'm feeling it more underneath my tongue, so like right in this area. Feeling it a little bit more in the lower part of my jaw. I could probably deepen the pitch a little more. Show the fact that I used to sing alto in high school and college. But when I do that, I do feel it more in my neck. I'm lowering the pitch and I'm lowering where I'm feeling it. So try a few things yourself. See if you can really get those vibrations to flow. And if you are choosing to hum, a little trick of the trade is that you can see if touching your teeth together can create more vibration through the bones. Just don't chomp down. Bad idea. I don't think that's how I chipped my tooth recently. It's possible. I just chipped my tooth right here on the corner. So be careful. But sometimes touching the teeth together, either in the front or the molars in the back, can create a little bit more vibration. And of course, if any of this doesn't feel comfortable, please don't do it. You know your body. So do what feels good for you. All right, I'm going to give you a few moments to continue experimenting with this on your own. And once again, you will hear the first strike of the meditation chime, which will indicate for you to finish up your vocalizations. And then the second strike of the chime will help you be guided back into your present environment. finish your vocalization on your next exhale. And return to a normal breath. If you had placed your hands on your belly, gently lower them to your lap or your sides. If your eyes are closed, gently open them in your own time and join us back in the present environment. Welcome back from exercise number 2. If at any point, especially between these exercises, you would like to type in the chat anything that you're experiencing, where you felt the vibrations, if you were vocalizing, feel free to share. The chat is always open, but obviously no pressure to do so. And after these couple of exercises, before we move on to the third one, just take a moment to notice if you feel any different from before you started these exercises. See if you notice that there feels like there's some more flow in your body or relaxation. Maybe your muscles feel less tense. This is all great to observe because that way you can decide how these exercises are working for you, if they're working for you. Because we're all different. We're all individuals. So what might work for me, humming, closing my teeth, humming at a low pitch, that might not work for you, and that's totally fine. This is why we're experimenting with these exercises. Okay, so we're going to move on to our third and final meditative exercise, and this is going to be soothing self-touch. So we already did a little bit of this when we placed our hands on our bellies, and even though we weren't doing it for self-soothing, just the contact of our hands on another part of our bodies can automatically bring a sense of calm or a sense of self-love. But we're going to do a little bit more than that. So this type of stimulation, if we think about what I was saying about the vagus nerve and how it can lessen overall stress in the body, then of course any of these exercises, including self-touch, can just bring the overall stress level down. But we're also going to factor in that this nerve and all of the branches that come off of this nerve, it travels through so many important parts of our body. Like I mentioned, the esophagus, the heart, the digestive system. But it also passes through a lot of areas where we hold a lot of tension. So if we think about our jaw, our neck, our shoulders. So doing this self-touch, self-soothing will hopefully relax these areas even more, and it can make the signals clearer that are going from brain to body through this vagus nerve. So I want you to start by choosing an area on your body where you feel some stiffness, tension, and place both hands on this area. And be gentle and loving with it. I'm going to choose my jaw because I have TMJ and it's never fun. And just leave your hands placed there for just a moment. Doing nothing but just feeling that connection, that warmth radiating from your hands to wherever you placed them. Just this contact alone will send a signal for that area to relax. And make sure while you are engaging this contact that you are continuing to breathe. Be loving with the touch. Be loving with the breath. Don't force anything. Just do what feels comfortable. And with every exhale of your breath, just send some loving energy and nourishment to this body part. And see if you can relieve some of that tension just with your breath and that self-touch. Feel free to stay on this current area of the body, or if you have tension somewhere else and you want to move your hands and place them somewhere else, then feel free to do that. So maybe your neck, maybe your shoulders. Usually when I do my shoulders, I cross my arms. It's a little easier for me to reach, to place some, not really a lot of weight, but just allowing gravity to take my hands. Maybe somewhere else. Maybe your hips. Hips hold a lot of tension. Anywhere where there's tension. And allow that connection between your hands and wherever they're placed to soothe and calm. Engage your breath so that it can also help to soothe and calm. If at any point you would like to place your hands somewhere else, feel free. Or if at any point you want to just lower your hands and return to your deep breathing exercise, that's okay too. Do whatever feels comfortable for you. Something that can also be comforting if you have a few areas that feel tense is you can stay on one area for maybe 3 to 5 breaths. And then on that exhale of your last breath, move to somewhere else. And you can keep rotating until you feel that tension release. We're going to finish off this exercise with a vagus nerve massage. Only do it if you feel comfortable. If not, you can continue with placing your hands or any of the previous exercises, just focusing on your breath. But if you would like to engage in this massage, we're going to take our index finger and our middle finger, and we're going to place it just behind our earlobes. Very lightly. This does not have to have any pressure associated with it. And then as you continue breathing, you're just going to run your fingers down the sides of your neck to your collarbones and then out to your shoulders. So behind the ears, down the sides of the neck, collarbone, and then just hook out as you release at the shoulders. Very lightly, so you're only feeling the gentlest contact. Our neck is a very sensitive area, so we don't want to push too hard. We just want to soothe. I notice that when I'm doing this, I automatically close my eyes. You are welcome to close your eyes. You are welcome to keep them open. And what we're doing here is we're using touch in a similar way that we used those vibrations of our vocalizations. But instead of the vibrations of sound, we are just using this little bit of tactile sensation. This downward motion can also be very soothing and grounding. And it can help with lymphatic drainage. So this has a lot of benefits. Don't forget to breathe. If you would like, you can sync your breath, where your inhale is when you're placing your fingers behind your ears, and then your exhale is when you are running your fingers down your neck. So I'll let you continue doing this for a few moments. If at any point you want to do any of the other exercises, feel free. This is your time to do what feels good for you. And as always, I will play the first strike of the meditation chime, which will indicate for you to stop doing whatever exercise you've chosen and to just breathe normally, lower your hands. And then the second chime will indicate that it's time to reorient yourself to your environment. Wherever your hands are placed, take one more breath, and on your exhale, gently lower them to your lap or to your sides. Resume a normal breath. And if your eyes are closed, take your time gently opening them. And let the sound of my voice guide you back to your present environment. Notice how you're feeling now that you've done these 3 exercises. Notice how they felt in conjunction. Notice if there was one that resonated with you more than another. And see how you're feeling now that we've calmed the energy a little bit. Notice if you feel more calm or peace in your body. Notice if you feel any energy flow, relief of stress and tension. If there's anything that you got out of these exercises that you would like to share in the chat, feel free. Or you can just bask in the calmness. These exercises are really simple to do. They can be as quick or as long as you have time for. And you can do multiple exercises at once, or you can just choose one. But it's such a good way to remind your body that you are in a calm place, or that you are at least trying to get to a calm place. Sometimes these signals that run through our nerves between our brain and our body can get a bit jumbled. So this is time to really engage that parasympathetic nervous system and allow your mind to send that signal to your body that it's okay to rest right now. And in addition to the vocalizations, the breathing, the healing touch, we're also just cultivating and fostering this calm environment. And that's also really good for relieving stress and aiding that rest and digest homeostasis, that balance. So, lots of good benefits. Very useful for just taking a little bit of time and trying something like this out. All right. So we have a couple more minutes before the premiere of Thunder Moon. So I'm going to sign off of this live stream very soon, and you should be redirected to the premiere. You will notice in the visuals that it starts with some storms, some darkness, and then it leads to light. It leads to a sunset glow and a rainbow. The music also has this trajectory. So think about what that means in terms of working through stress, working through tension, and then coming out on the other side. All right. I hope you all enjoy the premiere. Thank you so much for signing on to this live. Scott and I will both be in the chat on the premiere. If you would like to talk to us, ask us questions about the music, talk about your experience with this meditation, anything that suits you, we will be available to chat with you all. All right. I will see you all in a bit. Bye for now.